day out / the Truepenny Show for this week. We are looking at G1 Climax 35, Night 11, coming to you from Fukuoka Convention Center in Fukuoka, Japan. That's my usual levels of pronunciation going well there. And to join me, as always, is Christy, our New Japan correspondent. How you doing, Mom?
Hi, doing great. Had a great day. Had 2 shows to watch. One All Japan, one New Japan. Both were great. I'm very excited.
Excellent. And also joining us today, coming back to the Truepenny Show, Sanal from Wrestle Chat. How are you doing, Mom?
I'm doing great. Honestly, I wanted to come because you asked me on the last time, like, we're doing this G1 thing, and I was like, I need to do it. And then every time you're like, are you coming on? I was like, I always forget, and I was like, no. When Christy messaged me yesterday, I was like, look, tomorrow I'm doing it. I can do it. I am free tomorrow, and I will do it. And here I am.
Well, you welcome to the conversation. And the burning question of the conversation is, where do you stand on Drill Maloney's hair?
I feel like it's a massive topic of conversation. Like, people they underestimate how much a wrestler's hair matters. Okay, this is not just like if someone's gonna come and go, it's because you're a woman, it's just a look. No, because in the grand scheme of things, in the ring, if you have long hair, things look great. Now let's take Tanahashi, for example. The man is a god, and actually part of that, and the part of his persona when he's in the ring, is his hair.
Mm.
And if anyone wants to see later on in the tournament, I have been doing my ranking of Tanahashi's hairstyles. Because I felt like that was necessary. And I've also decided to do one of Sonada's outfits. That was a today decision. I feel like it makes it, like, I like Drill. I think Drill is handsome anyway, with like whatever he does.
Yeah.
But I think with long hair, something hits different.
Yeah.
It's also that with long hair, everything looks more impressive. Every move, every punch, because it isn't just the body that moves. The entire hair whips it back and forth. That's
it's
more
like
impressive.
the whole performance. It adds to it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the ring gear as well.
And then when they get a bit sweaty, you know, sweat flies everywhere. It's just more impressive when you've got long hair. And I also have a thing for dudes with long hair, but that's beside the point.
So do I.
Funnily enough, this is also true in the sense of I was flicked through. I got an Instagram reel about Paddy Pimblett, the UFC fighter. He had cornrows for his last fight. And in the press conference afterwards, they asked him, why did you have cornrows done? And he said, because I'm sick of the commentators saying I'm cooked because my hair whipped back every time I get hit in the face. And I'm not. So to annoy them, I've just done it in cornrows so it can't whip anywhere and make me look weaker than I actually am. And maybe they'll just actually commentate on the match that's happening instead. So, you know, in real sports, it is done in the opposite direction to distract opponents from your weaknesses. And therefore, in our sport, in quotation marks, it should be done to obviously impress your weaknesses. Clearly, this is the right way to go. So maybe we should start a petition. Did I mention this yesterday? I did mention this yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, we need a petition to get Driller's hair back to its correct length.
I do understand that some guys get annoyed with it, and especially guys who are often in the main event. Like Finlay, for example, will wet his hair beforehand, and by the time he's done with the long match, it'll be fizzy and weird. And I get that some of them are like, it's a lot to handle, it's a lot to take care of, it's annoying. And I understand why they wet it, but I'm also like, for example, Kengo Mashimo, right? I adore him. I'm obsessed with him. He has gorgeous long hair and it's blonde, but he always wets it, so it's always dark. And then by the end of the match, you're like, oh, that's your hair color. Why don't you come out with that? Why do you make it wet all the time? And I guess there is a reason for it.
But like you mentioned that, so you know when Suji and Umura had their hair versus hair match, and it was like the battle of who has the best hair, and everyone's like, Suji, it's Suji. So when I was discussing this with my mom, my pretense, right, was judge a wrestler's hair by the state that it is when it's not wet.
Yes.
Right? So my thing is Suji's hair is quite like mine when it's natural, that it's very wavy and it gets very tangled. Right, so I can tell that Suji wets it, and then by the end of it, and it's similar to Jay White, who I love, by the way. Jay White, when Jay White, he comes out with wet hair, especially when he was like in the early time, and then it would go really frizzy, right?
Yeah.
However, Uemura, I graded his hair as elite because he never wets it. When it was long, he never wetted his hair, and it always looked great.
See, I had a conspiracy about that because to me, having watched him in TNA before he came back to New Japan, it looked like he grew the hair out just to have a haircut match.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I agree with Sonal. Yuya Uemura's hair was gorgeous. I remember doing that hair tournament, and there was one picture, and I kind of want to find it if I can. So keep talking. But there was one picture that really just shows how pretty his hair could be. Keep talking. I will find it, or at least try.
So what did you say there, Sonal? I missed what you said on Christy.
I think it's like with Uemura, it'd be heartbreaking to know he grew it out just to get rid of it, because like it was like I don't mind the hair at the moment, like it fits in with the heat storm, but it's the mohawk thing. Why doesn't he do like an Oiwa? Like I love Oiwa's hair where like he has it long, because I didn't like the start when Oiwa had the hair and it was like the really shitty blonde bits.
Yes.
I didn't like that. I was like, I don't understand. But I like it now where he's got like, it's a bit like my hair actually, that like it's obviously black on the top and then he has the dip dye. Well, why doesn't Uemura do that where he grows it long and then he just like bleaches the bottom and then dyes those like the different colours?
That'd be intriguing, certainly. I think, we applaud the return of the mullet at all costs in professional wrestling. Wrestling was never stronger than when the mullet was at its peak. And now we need the mullet more than ever, I feel. I
miss ELP's mullet. ELP used to have great mullet.
Yeah, true. If you think back to the great haircuts of professional wrestling, there is no greater selection of haircuts, in my opinion, than the FMW roster of 1994, which was mullets as far as the eye could see.
I feel like mullets get a bad rep. They get a bad rep.
Yes. That's a fantastic picture. That's gorgeous. Honestly, you could do a shampoo advert with that picture.
Isn't it stunning?
It's glorious. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Would you like to talk about that? And I'll find that picture of the FMW roster from 1994. But yeah, what do you think of this hair now? Is that the peak Uemura hair?
I did, because like you said, it's like Tanahashi, isn't it? When Tanahashi has his hair down and it just like, that man never has to wet it. Do you know what I mean? Like we talk about obviously the big thing of wetting the hair, but Uemura will have that, and while it'll get a bit messy, it will stay in that beautiful condition. Whereas Suji's, I can see it's getting straggly by the end. I mean, I'm not saying this in a bad way because I understand it. Like when my hair is curly, and actually it's curly like now, it knots so much and it looks dry. It's not actually dry, it's just that it's like all thing. Uemura, like he was ready to be booked for the hair care commercial that Doki did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is at the end of a big match because there's what is it? Snow?
Yeah.
So it's a big show. It would have been a long match, and his hair looks like this. And
it's Megumi Kudo levels of hair.
How? And then he cuts it. Damn it.
Yeah, this is it. This is the 1992 FMW roster, and if you look closely, everyone has a mullet, including the women. And it's just a glorious thing, and we need more of this.
Bring back the mullet.
Bring back the mullet. No, Christy's disagreeing with me. Why are you disagreeing with me?
I don't like the mullet. I want long hair. I want actual long hair.
Yeah, we said this yesterday. You want party at the front and party at the back.
Yes, party everywhere.
I agree with Christy on that.
Okay.
Party everywhere.
We should probably talk about wrestling. I mean, we kind of talked around.
We are talking about wrestling.
I love that Sonal and I agree on so many things.
Yes, it's fine. It's really good. Me and Sonal agree on stuff too, so it's okay.
We'll see.
That sounds really ominous. We'll see.
It does. It's like, you're in for a long afternoon, son. Yeah.